Jessica Simpson's new single is throwing shade, and we actually finally know who's responsible for that divorce. Hey, we got Jay, you got Mr. Mafuchi, we're gonna break it down. But let's get to it. Jay, you're the one that alerted me of this. I didn't even know this song existed, quite frankly. The song is called Leave, and literally, she's telling him to leave because he was doing some shady stuff. So Jay, what was your first reaction? And really, what do you think about all this?
Well, my first reaction to the actual song, I was trying to look it up because I saw something come across, I think it was on Facebook, and I saw like how lyrics of the song. I was like, let me see if this is on Spotify or anything like that right now. And the thing that caught my attention was, let me say what she said. She said, I'd rather die than let you be inside of me with her on your mind. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Let's go bring up this song real quick and see what else you got to say. And another thing that was said with here is like, did she get you off dressing up in my clothes? I was like, hold up, like what's going on here? Like, me being nosy, I would love to hear what's going on in this song and what happened in their relationship to get to that point. And I kind of thought about to myself, how did she find out? Was he sloppy? Did he leave a clue that he didn't know about? Did someone snitch? What was it? So that was my first initial thought. I said, you know what? Let me send it to Mafuchi and see what he got to say and take it from there.
This is wild, Jay, and I have another lyric as well. It says, don't say you love me. Don't even try to touch me. So I'm thinking this lyric right here is she's already found out and she doesn't want any more physical intimacy or nothing. So unfortunately, a man messed up again. That's the worst part about this, Jay, because men are known for this, that they cheated. They got involved with someone else and they got caught. I hate that this is just what happened. There's no surprises about it. I wanted something else. I wanted to really delve into it. For once, I don't want it to be an affair. I don't want it to be cheating. I want it to be something that we haven't heard before, like maybe a little bit of witchcraft, you know? Or maybe the guy turned out that he's using Jessica as a beard. I mean, we haven't had that in a while. When Jessica Simpson first came out, and I've told Jay this, I had a massive crush on her. And a lot of people will say, yeah, you liked her because of her bra size. Like, no, I'm a face guy. I was all about the face. I was really enjoying it. But at that time, Nick Lachey beat me to the punch, so I can't say anything else about it. But
you dick!
Now it's like, I'm just curious because men tend to go for either two types of women. Number one, the one that actually is interested and allows you, that doesn't make it much of a challenge. And number two, younger. So as you read off that lyric, Jay, I'm just thinking, is the other girl a Jessica Simpson lookalike? Because of course we all have taste, and if you just continue to fall in line with your taste, then that is a possibility. I mean, Jay, what do you think about that? Do you think that the other person with that lyric dressing in her clothes could be still under the same guise of what his taste is like?
Well, for type, yeah, we all have a type. I'm curious to see, because I don't think I know what her husband looks like, for one. But I'm going to assume the woman is younger, just because when a guy gets a certain age, and we all are more physical creatures, we want someone who appears to our eyes, to our lustful nature, right? So I'm going to assume the woman is younger. But the lyric, she said, like, dressing in my clothes, I'm like, I know Jessica Simpson has like different type of businesses and stuff, so I was like, where did that come from? Did she see this girl? Did she already know who this girl is? And did she see her in her clothes? So I can't say I can't wait. I'm wondering if more of the story of her divorce is going to come out. I'm sure there'll be probably more hints in her songs when it comes out and becomes available, because I will probably be looking forward to that and seeing what story is told within the songs. And it's sad to say, but these particular situations make good albums, aka Usher Confessions. Awesome album, but apparently it wasn't all about him and Chili. But stuff like that, those make really good albums. So I'm interested to see what else comes from this.
Well, you're right about that, Jay. With the albums, I think of No Doubt Tragic Kingdom with Gwen Stefani and the bassist Tony Kanal. And by the way, Jay, it's really just a tall white guy with facial hair. I mean, it's pretty typical, I guess. But it's just wild because also, we mentioned before with the Jessica Simpson, Jessica... Oh shit, I forgot her last name. What was her last name?
Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba. Yeah. Jessica Simpson is an earner. If she's not a billionaire, I guess she's close to it. So there must have been something really horrible or something really stupid about this guy that he left her. Because I don't think it's looks. She still has her looks for the most part. But I would love to know, just like you said, Jay, what's going on through his head that he messed up this way. And sometimes, yes, it's easy to say, oh, a guy just cheated. It's so simple. But I want it to be more, Jay. Do you think there's more behind the fact that he left? I think there's really something behind that. I want there to be something behind that. What say you, Jay?
No, I don't think there's much behind it, because if it was much behind it, one, we wouldn't be hearing about it. Two, they would have went to counseling and try to get this worked out and fixed. So I don't think it's anything where it's that extreme where it's like, okay, I'm a leave her just because this, that, and the other, even though she has all this money and she's well off and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm looking at it as, okay, you have kids with this woman. Why cheat on her? Whatever the situation, how it came to be. Was it that bad where you had to cheat and you couldn't talk it out? Or at least say, you know what, this isn't working for me, let's go our separate ways, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of stuff, it annoys me, where it's like, what was the point of cheating? Because like, I'll sit and talk about this with my wife when I see something on TV or anything like that. I'm like, what is the point? And she's like, people are stupid. You know, I'm just jiving and everything, but it's like, you don't really know what people are going through. And it's like how you said in one video, where it's like, when you and your wife had an argument, you just kept it between yourselves and kept behind closed doors. Because once it gets out there, whatever their issue is, people will look at you different. And then if you decide to get back together, it's like, remember what you said here, this, that, and the other. And it's like, that's why you kind of keep that stuff behind closed doors and keep it close to the vest. But to her to say these lyrics, it had to be something where it's like, what really happened and how long was it going on? Because I really want to hear more of the album or the songs that she has about this issue, because the part of I'd rather die than have you inside me, and then did she drop off wearing my clothes? I'm like, because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, I gotta hear this song. Like, what is she talking about? Like, what else? What happened here? So that's just my thing. I always feel like there's, for this, because people, they'll get divorced for very little. Because I was just watching this woman today, and she was like, you should only get divorced if, one, someone commits adultery, two, if it's an abusive relationship or something's not safe. Anything in those realms, that's a cause for divorce. But like, if you're really just not compatible, which I always say is, really be careful who you marry. You want to pick the right person and have season all their seasons before you even think about getting married. So, and then say, if this happens, how will we handle it? Stuff like that. And if you don't like the answer, like, oh no, this is not for me. It's like, this is not gonna work. Because some people, they'll get married and then think, oh, that will solve the problem, and it doesn't. It just heightens the issues that you guys have later on down the line. And you feel like Jessica Alba said, he stole my youth, or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, did he though? So yeah.
Jessica Simpson's taking the Taylor Swift approach, right? Any ex she just writes about. And by the way, Jay, I can't wait to hear the song when her and Travis Kelce break up. I really do. Somebody's is not going to last, okay? I'm just going to spoil it for you right here. Whether Jay agrees or not, I don't know. I think he does. But again, it just sucks. It seems that another guy just followed his dick and messed everything up. So, it's just crazy, Jay. I mean, what more can you say about this that we haven't said? You got anything else?
Are you thinking about the kids in this scenario? Because once the kids find out, they're going to side with the mom most of the time. So, and I don't know if they have daughters or not either, or they just have sons or one of each. But it's like, would you want someone to do that to your child, especially if it's a daughter? That's how I look at things. Like, well, I want this to happen to my child, because if you do something in your lifetime, the consequences can happen to your kids or to your grandkids or generations down the line because of something that you did. So that's how I look at things. I know people don't look at it that way, but that's how I do.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. And of course, I mean, when someone steps out of the marriage and has an affair, that does hurt the other person. And for anybody that says, if the person that cheated says that it also hurt them, no, you're full of it, okay? You get no sympathy here in Marriage Pros. But then again, Jay, I mean, I do know a person that wasn't crazy about his friend talking to his wife at a certain party. So it could be as simple as that. And for you somebody that don't know what I'm talking about, hey, I'll put it on the links below. They're somewhere here on the screen so you can check out that video. Hey, we've spoken about it. You made it this far. Hey, congratulations. And how about a like? How about a subscribe? Because Jay and I will give you something. We'll give it to you for free. If you click the like, you click the subscribe, it's all free. So thank you so much. For Jay, I am Mr. Mafuchi. Hey, we'll see you next time.
Later. Did you hear the song? I actually listened to it a couple of times.
It's not bad.
I listened to it about 2 or 3 times, and I read the lyrics as well, and I'm like, wow, okay, so it's all him.
No, I wanted to read the lyrics, but on my Spotify, it didn't come up for that song. But her other song that was a single, it did come up. I was like, damn it, come on now. Because I actually I wanted to read the lyrics as well. So, as my wife always says, you need to know what the lyrics are to the song, not just it got a tight beat. So, there you go.
Yeah, I would think YouTube would have it already with the lyrics.
As with Spotify.
Yeah, you got to branch out, Jay. There's other things. Since you have an Android, I know you're limited, so I'm not going to get you for that. But yeah, you have.
I was on my computer for one, on my computer. Okay, because I was actually at work before I started work. I listened to the song.
Hey, we have YouTube, Jay. The majority of the stuff will be on YouTube, and if not, then we're screwed.